There are aftermarket accessories that would allow you to break this gun down. He selected a bolt action because this is typically the choice for a long-range sniper. A bolt action looks like this. It has very few moving pieces. When you put the bolt forward and engage around, it locks in place. And because nothing happens after you pull the trigger except the click, the amount of gas pressure in the barrel remains consistent. And that's why this type of gun is preferred for long-range shots.
And it doesn't expel the cartridge either, which I learned. So he took that cartridge with him, and it was found inside the gun, according to some reports, along with some others in a magazine. How quickly, if it is broken down, because it doesn't look like he's jumping with a long rifle tucked in his leg. It looks like it's got to be in that backpack. So how quickly could he break it down if he needed to break it down?
A second or two.
What?
Literally just push a button and wrap it around, push another button and wrap it back. They're designed to be able to be put into full-length mode or compact mode extremely quickly.
Well, that would make perfect sense. Given what we've now seen, Steve, and I think a lot of that video is brand new since we called you earlier today. Now we're seeing him running to the edge of the building, jumping off that building. He's holding onto the backpack as he's jumping and landing with the backpack. Most of us would drop whatever heavy thing we have so that it makes the landing less painful. But he jumps with that backpack. Does that make you think that he did break the rifle down and that he did put it in the backpack?
Not necessarily. With all the things going on in his mind, he's probably not thinking about what's the best way to land here. He's thinking about getting away. There's no danger of the gun going off if he were to have dropped it, because what's in the chamber is still the expended cartridge, the empty brass. So he could smash that gun as hard as he wants. It's not going to go off again.
But what do you make of him dropping off? I mean, he would not have put that gun in his pants and done this jump, but I don't see a gun in his hands.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's in the bag that he's carrying.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had to have. And just to be clear, it's a long gun. He would have had to break it down, correct? It wouldn't have fit in a backpack that size put together.
Yeah, that's correct. It's hard to see if that's really the same backpack that we saw in the shots. To me, it looks more like a duffel bag of 36 to 40 inches. So he could have had the uncompacted weapon in there as well.
Yeah, he certainly didn't leave anything behind at the scene of the shooting, because they, well, at least that's the authorities have not said it.
That's right. If he'd had an AR-style weapon when he pressed the trigger, clear that. When he pressed the trigger, the gun would have gone off, and then the bolt would have gone back, and spent brass would have gone out, and he probably didn't want to leave brass at the scene, which doesn't make too much sense why he still left the gun so close to the scene where it could easily be and was recovered.
Okay, next question. It's an important one for investigators. That is, how many people roughly have this gun? How hard will it be for investigators to narrow down this particular gun to the person who purchased it or owned it eventually?
It depends entirely on the individual gun. While thousands of people do own that gun, whether it was purchased, on a 4473 form in a store where there's a record they can get it, whether it was purchased from a friend, whether it was given to him as a gift. So there may or may not be a record of ownership on the gun. So really no way to know on that.
But in this particular area in Utah, hunting is big, right? Like, there's got to be, and if this is a big, you tell me, but I think this is a big gun among hunters. It would be tricky, especially in this part of Utah, to narrow this gun down. There's a lot of them out there, right?
Yeah, there certainly are. And the marksmanship, wasn't particularly great. With a large caliber rifle, you can still create a lethal wound from hits in many parts of the bodies. But if you look up anything about sniper, you'll see, snipers work either headshots, which is the less preferred because heads are small, or a central torso shot. But to hit a neck versus a heart, he would be off 8 inches on that, or about the same if he was doing a headshot he'd be off another 9 or 10 inches.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.